Now that we've got them to kick things off, let's talk about the solo side of food service. How a brand that has nothing to do with food can still be known for the products that it sells in its stores. I'd like to call on stage Henrik Osterstrom, who's country food manager for IKEA India, to come talk about what their experience has been.
So, thanks a lot for inviting me here. It's the second time I enjoy India Food Forum, and it's always a pleasure to be here. And as you rightly said, I'm here to talk about food. But as you all know, IKEA is one of the biggest home furnishing companies in the world, and our vision is to create a better everyday life for the many people. And this we do with home furnishing in many parts of the world. Why don't we then sell food? Yeah, basically it's because it's difficult to do business with hungry customers. And this is our founder Ingvar Kamprad said that very early when he started the store concept back in 1959. Today I will discuss a little bit about our food and the range that we are doing in India. With emphasis on healthy and sustainable food. And we can see a lot of examples here on this fair today about healthy and sustainable food. And I think this is definitely the future. We work very hard with this within IKEA, and especially in India. And I think we have a great symbiosis with, let's say, our global achievements to reduce food waste, to work with compliance, to eat more vegetables. And there's a lot of examples to do within healthy and sustainable food. The starting point is, of course, that we would like all our store visitors to have a great food experience. And we normally say like this that, I think that 10% of our turnover will come from the food that we will sell and serve. And we do this basically in our restaurants and cafes. The first restaurant and the store will be open in Hyderabad later this spring. That will be the first one. Second one will be in Mumbai a year after, and then we go in Bangalore. And then we have come up to speed, so there will be more and more stores. The restaurant will have a capacity of 1,000 seats, so it's very important that we have good suppliers, and we have met some of them here today actually. And we have high demands in the supply chain as well. But enough of that. Our food range then. We divide the food in two parts, and one is the Swedishness. We call it Swedish feel, but then with an Indian appeal. And this is valid in all our countries where we are operating today. We have one part that is, let's say, the Swedish uniqueness, and we have one part that is more for the local flavors, because we don't want to exclude anybody from eating at us. The other really big criteria for us and trying to achieve here is that we will offer healthy and sustainable food of high quality at affordable prices. Prices is of course super important for us because we will be affordable for the many people. And then when we talk about healthy and sustainable food, we're working out a lot of criteria. What does that mean for us? I will show you some examples now. We are famous worldwide for our meatballs. And today we have developed veggie balls and chicken meatballs in India. They are much better for the environment. We will serve no beef, no pork in India. So of course we have a red meat strategy as well, which we will fulfill to 100% in India. That is one example. The majority of the products is actually sourced in India. And the veggie balls and the chicken meatballs have, of course, a lower carbon footprint than our traditional meatballs that we serve in the rest of the world. We will serve them traditionally, and then we will make some Indianized range as well. Deliberately, I took away the prices here because, of course, we will not sell this for free. but we have said that we will wait and communicate the prices a little bit closer to the store opening, so in this spring maybe. But I can assure you one thing, it will be really, really good prices. We have dishes starting below 100 rupees. Another example, and we are sampling a little bit, not we, but salmon is also some Swedish dish that we will serve, working together with IKEA family for a really good offer. And worth to mention here is, of course, that all our salmon will be ASC certified, which means Aqua Stewardship Council, that is responsible farmed salmon. And we have a lot of certifications, and it's a jungle, of course, because sustainability and certifications is hard to communicate. For example, our tea and coffee will be UTZ certified. I don't know how many people in India actually today knows what UTZ means. It means good in Maya language. And this is also a responsible way of farming, and that a decent salary and living conditions come into the farmers itself. On top of that, the coffee will be organic as well, and that we will also source in India. Some of the local dishes then, of course, when we are in India, we have to have some dal. We have decided to serve it with organic rice. And that is also one way of, let's say, making a better and a healthier and more sustainable world. And then our really low price offer starting up in Hyderabad will be a vegetable biryani as well, also with organic rice. Other examples of what we will achieve is to reduce sugar content in our drinks, very deliberately, and it goes for everything. Now, I'm not saying that we should not serve any desserts and cookies and things like this, but here you know that we have sugar. So, of course, we will have indulgence food as well. But in general, you can say that we take on this challenge with healthy and more sustainable food for all our range. One other example is that instead of an ice cream that we sell in many countries, we will have frozen yogurt instead with lower sugar content. Reducing palm oil or have certified palm oil is another example which we have as a demand. All in all, you can say we will have good food to great prices. And now I test a little bit the line here that make every day Swedesi or Swedesi, because we always try to combine the Swedish uniqueness with the Indian flavor, of course. And this is, let's say, not to exclude anybody to come and eat a proper meal at IKEA. Supplying food that you can trust. We will develop a lot of Indian suppliers here which should fulfill our quality demands. And so far, we are quite happy. We have not started yet, but we are just on the way. But of course, food safety is starting points. So we have a demand that all suppliers should have a food safety certificate. Quality in general, we have discussed a lot during these days. And then the sustainability part, and that goes beyond, it's a huge area, of course. But we can say, for instance, we're working with what we call IWay. And IWay is our code of conduct. How we purchase products from suppliers, talking about everything from environmental aspects and to salaries, and that they fulfill the laws and regulations in the country. We work with different certifications that I have mentioned before, and then of course trying to reduce the carbon footprint. And here again, our traditional meatballs with beef and the red meat with pork is, of course, doesn't have that good carbon footprint. But vegetables is many, many times better. And chicken meatballs is not far away either. It's also a better product from that point of view. Then we're creating some animal welfare standards as well. And since we have chicken, we are developing a better chicken program that we will try to implement latest to 2020 here in India. And that is a global standard that we will implement as well. So all in all, you can say that we trying to create a better and brighter everyday life for the many people. Now I am very interested to have some questions. I thought I should make this presentation really short, and if you have any questions, I'm very welcome to answer those if I can. Then, yes.
Hello. Hello. Hi. So when you say health and sustainable food or healthy and sustainable food, can you just elaborate a little more on that? Are you talking about organic, or are you talking about naturally grown food, or what exactly it is?
Yes, it's a very good question, because we're trying to, let's say, scope it ourselves, of course, also. And I see it from an Indian perspective. There is a lot of natural things that we can do here. I mean, only if we talk about some of the ranges we have across the world, we can start with the vegetarian food here. It gives us a super good starting point. We know that vegetarian, compared with a lot of meat consumptions that we do in other countries, is one way of eating more healthier, of course. So we try to work out also a balanced meal norm for everything we sell and serve. Every dishes we serve, we will work out a meal norm, how much calories you get from every meal. And we are not trying to, let's say, teach people how to eat, because of course we will have everything, but we try to reduce sugar where it is possible. We try to phase out palm oil, which is not segregated or certified. And of course we're trying with small steps to be better and better, because this will help us in the future also to let's say, achieve what we want long term. Something else? Then I thank you very much, and welcome to IKEA store in Hyderabad later this spring, and to try some of our delicious food, hopefully then.
When are you opening up in Delhi?
In Delhi, it will take another timeline. In India, I will say that it will take, I can say like this, that we start in Mumbai within 1 year, and then next store will be in Bangalore, and then after that we have to define a timeline. We have a land in Gurgaon in Delhi, but we have not finalized the time plan 100%, but it will be the 4th store in India then, if everything goes according to the plan.